Howdy, it's Bergs, and these are the Valeton Coral series of pedals. It's only 4 from the ever-growing range. There's quite a few in the range at the moment. They're very inexpensive, but they sound great, and they're all based on classic pedals or rack effects that you would probably be familiar with. The Comprince is based on a rack compressor. They don't exactly say which one. I'll show you how great it is in a moment. The tube engine is based on the Ibanez Tube Screamer. They're unabashed about saying that. The valve shaker is based on the Demeter Tremulator, and the Moon Echo is a hybrid delay. This is the Paler. We call it the Apple Tree. It's based on a mid-60s Telecaster Custom, and I'm running through to an Achilles amp Vibrolux 2x10 combo amp, which is gorgeous. Clean sound is like this. So first of all, let's have a look at our Comprince. They've given us a tone control, so we can make it duller or brighter. I'm going to leave it in the middle. The attack control is kind of important because it tells you how quickly the compression is going to kick in, or how slowly. Sustain is the ratio of compression, and if we boot it right up, we're going to get a fair amount of limiting. I could imagine it being a fabulous clean boost. I'd probably back the tone off a little bit. The tube engine. Classic tube screamer. You probably all tried a tube screamer. They work great if you want to use them as an overdrive like this. Or if you're running it into a dirty amp, you would probably back the drive off, run the volume up, close to full, and then let it rip. The great thing about the tube engine is that it has separate bass and treble controls, so if we want, we can do this. Of course, I can push it even further by running the Comprince into it. The Wave Shaker gives us both depth and bias controls, and the bias control actually just gives the depth a bit more thump. So if I back them back off to noon, bump the depth up, and then use the bias control to bump the depth up even more. The other great thing about the Wave Shaker is that it has a volume control, so if your tremolo tends to get lost on stage, as they sometimes do, you can bump it up in volume. Which brings us to the Moon Echo, which is a hybrid delay. I'm not exactly sure of the delay range because it's not specified either on their website or the manual, so we're going to have to guess. Tone control to do very subtle tone controls. just occurred to me that with a Telecaster and a decent amp, these 4 pedals, you've probably got a pretty good country rig set up. There it is, folks. The Valeton part there of the Coral series, and just 4 pedals from the range. Maybe we'll have a look at a few more later on. As far as I know, they're all around or below the $100 mark when I last looked on the website, so they're pretty good value for money. And they sound great, and they're little. We like that. Valeton, Coral range. See ya.